If you have ever struggled with sewing a French curve, that kind of curve that you can use a cufflink with, then this is the video to watch because I'll be showing you how to easily attach this French curve on the sleeve.
I decided to use white so it can stand out on this shirt. You can see that it has white stripes. You know how cufflinks look like. It's going to look like this. All right, so now before I go to fix it, when I was fixing barrel cuffs, single cuffs like this, I started fixing from the left side, then I finished it on the right side. But for cufflinks like this, you will start sewing from the right side and then you finish it on the left side. That is one. Then the second thing, look at the placket. Look at the smaller placket. You are going to fold it in. This thick part, you are going to fold it in like that. You can stitch it down. Then you will now start fixing the French cuff on it. You can see the way I held it. You fold it inward. Then you can now start fixing the French cuff on it like this. You put your pleat until you get to the other side. Now let's go to the machine to get it done.
Like I said, I have top stitched that small placket in before I will start fixing my French curve on it. That is very, very important. That's one of the difference between this French curve and the single barrel curves that we have done before. Okay, so I've positioned my French curve on the sleeve now, and I'm going to start sewing. Watch the way I sew. I've done quite a number of videos on how to attach a cuff. It is similar way to, just that the position is a bit different. So you can see I've started sewing it, and then observe that I'm going to add my pleats. Yes, that is very, very important. Every shirt sleeve has pleat, and we know that those pleats are for ease of movement. So it's your sleeve area, that wrist area will not be too tightened on you. So those are the reasons why you have those pleats on the sleeve. Watch the way I'm gradually pleating it. You need to watch my previous videos because I actually mentioned some mistakes and rules you must follow when you are making your pleat and when you are attaching your curve to a sleeve. You can see how seamless this one is and how I ended it equal length, and you can see how it went on well. I'm about top stitching now. I use that screwdriver to tuck in anything that may want to come off. So you can see how easy this is. Shirt making is actually very easy. And if you want somebody to teach you professionally how to make these things, you might need to send me a DM so I can, register you for a class, an online class, and then I'll give you all the details and all the nitty-gritty that you need to know about shirt making. Watch how easily I'm doing this. You can see some things needed to be done for you to be seamless like this. And if you have been watching my videos, you heard some of the things that I've mentioned about shirt making, how to make it seamless and professional like this. You can see it. I ended it and it looked so neat, so neat. The white curve came out very well, and that is what you are going to fold into two, and you go and do your buttonholes on the shirt for you to have a good cufflink shirt. The buttonhole they are going to be four. Yes, they are going to be. For maybe another time, I'll have the time to tell you how you fix those buttonhole. Just mark at the middle and then make sure you use a pin so that it can go into the four places, and then you can be able to notch it. You can see the neatness I'm observing there. It looks so perfect. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.